after 7 months of being off the road, I'm back. Want to know how this first week's been? Stick around. We'll talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back. Trainer Alan here, your OTR truck driving instructor. And this is, what is today? Today is, let's see what the computer tells me. Today is Saturday, June 13th. And I have completed one full week back out on the road after being off the road for 7 months. I won't tell y'all what company I'm with, because I think there's like a reason I can't say the company name. I'm pretty sure it was in the contract that I'm not like allowed to put that out there because they don't want anybody given the idea that there's a train. Anyways, so it is a company I've been with before. In fact, it's a company that I've completed leases with. I've bought trucks from outside the company and ran for them as owner-operator. I ran for contractors inside who are other contractors with the company. So it's a company that I'm familiar with. It's a company that I trained for several years with. Sadly, they don't have a training program anymore. They're not doing the new trainee drivers, which is odd because they've always been a big training company, and now they're not. But hey, that's their business decision for a myriad of reasons. I'm going to miss training for them. Actually, that was one of the main reasons that I came back to them, is because I was looking forward to getting back out and training some new drivers firsthand instead of just here on Trainer Alan's YouTube. But be that as it may, it is what it is, and we shall, we've signed the lease. We got out here, and it's a 2-year lease, so yeah, not too long. It's 2016 Cascadia. I'm looking forward to this, another knockdown of another lease, hopefully you guys will stick around for the ride. Now, when I first started this channel, I started it doing 5 videos a week, right? Monday through Friday, 5 videos a week. And then a couple weeks ago, I cut down to 3 videos a week because I knew that I was going to be coming out to do this. Now, that said, for now, I'm going to be cutting down to 1 video a week probably. And it'll probably be every Monday that it will come out. So watch for that. If I have time, I'll do more videos and put more things out. Maybe even do some lives occasionally from out here on the road. I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, plan on Mondays only for the foreseeable future. I'll just put out a Monday video, which of course will probably be recorded like today on Saturday, and then I'll put it out on Monday. So there's that. So the first week has been interesting, to say the least. Like I said, I have driven with this company before. It's been 2 years, a little over 2 years since I left them. There's been a lot of changes to the company. I mean, ultimately, it's in many ways still the same company, but they have made several changes. Some good changes, a lot of good updates to stuff. So I'm excited for that. However, for the owner ops side and lease ops side, the dispatchers have switched up a bit. I have a dispatcher that I'm not familiar with. We've had a few clashes so far in the first week, which isn't good. But being a lease purchase, I'm paying the bills. I'm paying the truck payment. I'm paying the maintenance. I'm the one paying for the fuel. And it's my business. And so hopefully I can get that through to him before I start losing money. So far, I haven't lost any money. Last week's settlement was great. I got it yesterday for this past week, and it was great. Cannot complain. Not one bit can I complain. For first week, it was good. Now, because I've been off the road for 7 months, yeah, I'm still trying to get my road legs underneath me. And so that's tough. But, and in fact, he did not want me to take a 34 this week. But yeah, no, coming straight out of orientation out onto the road, I was beat. You know, it was time to shut down, and I told him that for a couple days before, and he was still pushing me to run another load, and kind of like he told me I was going to, which I simply ignored because I will not be told what I'm going to do with my business. So yeah, it's going to be interesting getting to know him better, and hopefully I can explain to him how I run, and he'll team up with me so we can work together. Ultimately, here's the deal, guys. These dispatchers, they want you to run as many miles as they can, because on their board, for each board inside a group or whatever, they have competitions, friendly competitions inside the group. But what they don't realize is that if I was a new driver out here, and they let people lease trucks as early as being a year out, if I had only been out here a year and he told me that I had to run another load, even though I was beat, I might have taken it, and it was a pretty heavy load up and down some mountains, and that's dangerous stuff right there. And so I think I'm going to be writing him an email yet this evening, just to discuss some things and let him know how I plan on running. And hopefully he'll be part of my team, because I want to be part of his team. I want to see my dispatchers. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them get the bonuses. I want to see them, do good amongst their peers. I want them to do that. I want everybody to succeed. I deeply desire for people around me to succeed. And ultimately the success of your success, my success, is dependent greatly upon how much we help those around us succeed. So I want to see him succeed. I very much so want to see him succeed. And I will do everything in my power, within my limitations, to help him do that. And I need him to understand that. And hopefully I can verbalize that well in an email to him. He doesn't seem to be one much for the phone. So it'll have to be an email. And hopefully he takes it in the spirit that it's written. Like I said, hopefully I can verbalize it correctly, so that he'll truly understand the spirit in which I'm writing it. But this is an important point, guys, for you new drivers. First of all, and I've said it in other videos, if you don't have at least 5 years out here, don't lease a truck. Just don't. Can you? Yeah, you can. And there are some who do it and succeed. Okay? But the vast majority of people out here that come out here before they're at that 5-year mark, the vast majority fell on a lease. For that matter, the vast majority of people with over 10 years experience fell. Okay? So I need you guys to understand that. Don't go jumping into something that you're not ready for. I know you feel like after a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years, you're like, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can do it. I'm smart. I got this. It has nothing to do with your mental intelligence. Not a thing to do with your mental intelligence. Okay? What it does have to do is with your level of information. All right? Your level of information. Okay, every year that you do something, your level of information inside that field goes up. Okay, for that matter, every day that you're doing something, your level of information goes up, or it should be going up, or you're doing something wrong. But really, until you've got 5 years in, just don't. Save yourself the hassle, save yourself the time, the energy, the mental strain. Just don't. Get 5 years in. learn a lot in that 5 years, and then maybe look at doing a lease or going out and buying your own truck, whichever is best for you. Okay. Um, I choose lease because I can walk away if I want to. Okay. If say this dispatcher and we just totally can't get along, and for some reason the company gets stupid and they don't want to move me to another dispatcher and work with me in that regards because this dispatcher and I just aren't meshing. I can be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this stress. Here's your truck back. I'm gone. I'm out nothing. Okay, it's a walkaway lease. I'm out nothing except a little bit of time that I put into it, a little bit of money, but I made money on it. So what am I out? I'm out nothing. So walkaway lease. So that's why I like a lease, because ultimately, if I do want to walk away, I'll walk away. If I get pushed too far one way, I will walk away. Doesn't bother me any. My job, first and foremost, is to do what's going to make me happy. Your job, first and foremost, is to do what's going to make you happy. Okay. And as I always say, if you can't have fun doing it, don't do it. And if you're not happy, you're probably not having fun. So don't do it. As of right now, yeah, it's been a rough week, but I'm happy. So I'm still doing it. And I hope that over the next couple weeks or so, my new dispatch and I can sit down and really have a heart to heart, maybe. Because like I said, when you're doing this, when you're a driver in general, whether it's company, lease, owner op, whatever you're doing, your dispatcher is your teammate. Okay. And so between the two of you, you have to make things work for both of you. Remember that. Your dispatcher is your teammate. Your dispatcher isn't against you. Believe it or not, your dispatcher never wants to cut your miles. Okay. A lot of people think that, dispatchers, the dispatcher's mad at me, so he's cutting my miles back. No, he's not. The more miles he gets on his board, the better bonuses, more likely he is to get pay raises, etc. So believe me, he or she wants you to do your absolute best. Okay. A lot of how this past week went, a lot of drivers, new and old drivers, get angry with their dispatchers over it. I'm not angry with my dispatcher. Okay. I understand where he's coming from. That's why I'm not angry. And this again goes back to, this is why you don't lease a truck until you've got 5 years experience, because these are things that you learn over that 5 years. Hopefully, even though, just like I just said, there's older truck drivers that still don't get it. So yeah, I mean, they are your teammate. Remember that. Get that in your head. They are your teammate. They want you to succeed, and you need to want them to succeed. Don't get an attitude with your dispatcher every time something goes wrong. Chances are great it's not their fault. I can't stress that enough. Be a team player with your dispatcher. The best way to do that is hopefully what I can do with this guy. When I send him this email, hopefully he'll read it, and hopefully we can get that line of communication open better, because I know what he needs. I know what he wants, because I understand he wants money, right? And it's not a 9 to 5 job. Dispatch isn't, because it can swap up whatever. Okay. But it is. Okay. He comes to the office same time every day, leaves basically the same time every day, whether it's Monday through Friday, sometimes the occasional Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Okay. But he's got that. Okay. He has that regular program. I need to let him know what my program is. And that's what this email is going to be about. Not griping him out, not complaining to him, just explaining what my expectations are as part of this mutual team. what my running expectations are. So yeah, and what are my running expectations? The biggest expectation that I have when I'm out here is that the dispatcher is honest with me, and that when I get pre-planned, when I get load information, I want to be able to talk to my dispatcher and say, okay, what are the windows? You know, don't give me some BS. Oh, this is the time that you have to be there, blah, 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 blah. No, that's rarely the case. There's usually a window. Okay. The other day, there was a situation where I thought I had a certain appointment. Okay. I went to pick up the load. The load wasn't even ready. Now, I was pre-planned at a time that I was supposed to pick up after this delivery. Well, that was an appointment time. Okay, it wasn't a window. It was you have to be here at this time. Okay, which it was going to be tight with my hours based on the amount of time. And I asked them, am I going to be able to park at that customer for my break? Okay, because that's important, right? You want to be able to park at a customer. If you're going to be out of time, you want to be able to park there or really close by. And I was told yes, which is great, you know. But ultimately, if I would have known that my first load had a longer period of time that I could have picked up, I would have waited about 2 hours to go pick up that load and gotten down to the delivery on that load a little later, because I knew how long it was going to take to get that off, because it was a drop and hook at a place that I'm familiar with. Okay. I could have done that drop and hook and been over to the customer by the appointment time. But here's what happened. What actually happened is I woke up way early in order to be ready at the appointment time that I was given, though it wasn't an appointment time. The load wasn't ready. We were having some other issues as well, company side. And ultimately, it was almost 3 hours after that I was able to actually get the load. Now, you guys know what that means. That means I was burning my 14, right? Okay. I was burning my 14, not going anywhere. I was burning my own candle. Okay. And so I finally got the load. I got about 2/3 of the way down, and guess what? I'm done. I'm beat. You know, I lay down. I take a nap. I, let them know, hey, you're going to have to find somebody else on that second plan, because I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to have the energy. I'm not going to have the time. Which really sucked, because it was the perfect load. It's really the load that I would have preferred to bring up out of there. But again, it comes down to communication. If I would have known what that window was, if I would have known what that pickup window was on that first load, everything would have been different. But I didn't, because the communication wasn't there. Okay, so communication is important. But one of my primary expectations, other than the communication, open, honest communication thing, is I do not run recaps. And I know a lot of you drivers say, well, that's just dumb. You should run recaps, blah, blah, blah. Listen, no. Okay. I learned a long time ago, a very long time ago, that you don't need to work more than 6 days a week. It burns you out, and it burns you out quick. Okay. I have no desire to do that. I'm not out here to burn myself out. Well, if you're out on the road, you should be making money, blah, 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 blah. That's great. Okay. Because it's all about quality of life, right? We work to increase our quality of life, right? Well, let me tell you this. You can make all the money that you want to, but if at the end of that money you've made, you're too wore out to enjoy any of it, what really is your quality of life? Okay? I'm not going to do that. I won't do that to myself. I did that a lot in my 20s. I did that a whole heck of a lot in my 20s. I ain't doing it no more. I haven't done it for 10 years, and I won't do it. I'm not running recaps. I will take one day off a week. period. Okay. I work to try and, run as many miles as I can in 5 or 6 days, and then I'm going to take a day off. I've heard it said even God was smart enough to know to take the seventh day off. I'm not God. I'm not as big and strong as God. I think I can go with that recommendation of taking that seventh day off, because it does. It burns you out. It's not worth it. So when I told my dispatcher that I was taking this 34 off, he wasn't very happy about it. He's like, "Well, you're going to have 10 hours come back tomorrow at midnight." Point? Matters not to me, okay? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm going to improve my quality of life. I need the rest. I need the relaxation, and I'm going to take it. Some of you drivers probably say, "But you're out on the road. You need to be working." You know what? Stress is the number one killer. Stress is the number one killer. And if you're working day after 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 day, your stress levels every day are going up a little bit higher. And if you're running against a 70-hour clock, where this day you get 6 hours back, this day you get 9 hours back, this day you might get 8.5 hours back. If you're constantly running up against that 70, you are constantly putting stress on yourself that is killing you. Don't do it. There's no need for it. Now, if you want to kill yourself early, you go right ahead. But don't try to force drivers to do it. Don't try to tell people they're stupid for not doing it. Okay? It's ridiculous to think that you need to work 7 days a week for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks straight, just because if you're out here, you need to be working. Baloney. I can put 70 hours of work into 5 or 6 days and take that seventh day off. Believe me. Okay? If your company can't work you that hard, maybe you're not with the right company. Okay? That's something you might want to consider. But even if I only worked 40 hours in that 6 days, I'm going to take the seventh day off. Period. It's not a religious preference. Okay? Not at all. I don't believe that God holds us to that standard, personally. That's me. You believe what you want to believe, I'll believe what I want to believe. That's the great thing about America, right? We all can believe what we want to believe. But for me, it's a health preference. Mental as well as physical. Okay? Because believe it or not, once you get past that first full week of working 7, 8 days, get past that 7th day into that 8th day, your brain starts to do things. Okay? You're away from home, you're away from family, friends. Your brain starts to work against you. It really does. By the time you get to that 2nd or 3rd week, working day after day after day after day after day after day, and not taking days off, even if it's just out on the road to relax a little bit, trust me, your brain is feeling it. And for a fact, your body's feeling it. So do yourself a favor, take 1 day off a week. Now, don't let your dispatchers run you ragged, because they will. All right? That's part of their job in the team. Their job in the team is to try to motivate you. Okay? But sometimes in the process of that motivation, they get lost in that money trap. Okay? Because they know that they can make more money. They can make better bonuses. They can, do whatever if they can get you to make some more miles. Don't let your dispatcher be the death of you. All right? Enough on that. So that's my number one thing. My number two thing is I'm going home every 2 or 3 weeks. Okay? Probably every 3 weeks this time around, because of the way it's going to work out. So basically, when I go home, I'm home for 3 nights. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even if I only go home every other week, or even if I do go home every other week, I'm taking 3 nights off. Okay? I'm taking Friday, Saturday, Sunday night off. It doesn't have to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It can be Thursday, Friday, Saturday night off. I don't care. But I'm going to be home in my bed for 3 straight nights. Okay, that's just the way it is. Some people say, well, if you go in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, you're home for 4 days. No, 4 days is 92 hours. Okay, or 96 hours rather. I'm not going home for 96 hours. Okay, I'm going home for about 72 to 80 hours. All right, that's it. That's all Friday evening to Monday morning is. It's now 4 days. It's 3.5 days. Ultimately, it's 3 nights, 2 full days, 2 full days home, Saturday and Sunday. All right. Here's the reason I do that. Because the first day you get in, you're tired. You're beat. You don't want to do anything. Okay. Your family's all wanting to come crowd around you. Your friends are wanting to talk to you and do this, and you're just like, whoa. You're coming in from being alone on the road to now you got people around you and they're trying to crowd you, and you're just like, whoa, hold off. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. So your first night in is a wash. It's just you getting in, getting a good night's rest in your own bed, being ready for tomorrow. Okay. Now, Saturday, you got all day. You wake up, you get to play with your kids, hang out with the woman, do whatever. Okay. Go out to the lake, go hiking, go camping Saturday night. Okay. And then Sunday, Sunday you get up and you've got the day to kind of relax a little bit, but Sunday night, you got to start getting your stuff ready again because you're leaving Monday morning. Okay. So really, that 3 nights isn't a lot of time off. You don't have the time that you think that you have in those 2 days when you've been gone for 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever. Okay. You don't have the time that you think that you have. So use it wisely. Don't wear yourself out Friday night, because you want to be there for your family and friends on Saturday and Sunday. And then you want to be ready to go back to work Monday morning and get out there and start making some more money to keep providing for that life that you want to live at home. Okay. So remember those things. Like I said, those are my top things. Yours may be different. Okay. But those are my top things. Those are the things that are important to me. I do want to reiterate just one more time. If you don't have at least 5 years experience, do not get into a lease purchase. There's no reason for it. Okay. Matter of fact, I was listening to somebody the other day, and I wish I could remember who it was. I listen to a lot of different people on YouTube, but whoever it was that I was listening to said, before you go into a lease purchase with a company or go into a contractual agreement with a company at all, you should go as a company driver for that company for 5 years. I don't agree with that necessarily, but I do think that you need at least 5 years in the industry. Some people aren't made to be company drivers. Some people aren't made to be company people in general. I'm one of those people. Okay. I like to do my own thing. I want to do me. Okay. I don't want to have to work for someone. I want to work for myself. That's everybody's, thing. Whatever you want to do, you do. Okay. Whatever makes you happy, you do. We live in America. You have the right to do what you want to do. Do it. Be happy. Have fun doing it. And that's all for today. So until next time, you keep that shiny side up, keep that dirty side down, and we will catch you on the flip flop.